Hello and welcome to the first ever Society of Wetland Scientists Student Section virtual conference. We are so pleased that you're joining us in this virtual space today. Before we start, let's go over some quick tech guidelines to make sure we all have the best experience possible. So first things first, we're going to be using a mixture of 3 different platforms throughout this event. The first is Zoom for live web conferencing, Slack for live messaging, and Facebook for some additional just keeping everybody in the loop. We're going to break each of these down and how you will be interacting with them. First off, we have Zoom. It's a popular web conferencing platform which you might be familiar with. When you sign in and join, you'll be led into a call that looks a little bit like this. But there's a lot of different things you can interact with here in this interface, so let's break them down. You have your audio and video control in the bottom left. These are your best friends. Use them often. You have interaction controls like participants and reactions, which will allow you to raise your hand if you have a question. You also have the chat function, which will pop out in the right side if you have any questions you'd like to ask the panelists. We recommend that you toggle to speaker view as opposed to gallery view to have a better image and clearer image of our panelists and any slides they might be showing. While on Zoom, remember to keep your mic muted, keep your video off to restrict bandwidth demands, and always respect each other. Next up, we have Slack, a popular teamwork collaborative messaging space. When you log in on the left panel, you'll see your channels, which include things like the general channel, which will send a broadcast message to all participants, as well as our help desk, where you can go for live tech support if you ever need it throughout the event. The other channels are each labeled for specific sessions, and those are places where you can go to ask any additional questions and keep the conversation going on those topics. You have the option to directly message other participants in the virtual conference, and when you're drafting a message, you have message controls, which will allow you to tag specific people, including any member of the section leadership team if you have any questions, and you can share documents and, of course, emojis. While on Slack, remember to visit the help desk if you have any issues. Ask questions. We will be coming back to these, and hopefully you'll be checking back into Slack as well for our answers from our panelists. Some final things. We will be live streaming the full event on Facebook, so if you ever get kicked off of Zoom for whatever reason, you can always find us at SWS Student Section on Facebook and catch the live stream there. We'll be doing our best to keep up with live tweeting for the different sessions, but fingers are limited, so if you'd like to lend us a few, you can always tag us with hashtag SOSWS Virtual Conference. We'll also be posting the recordings of all the sessions to YouTube on our channel, and you can always find us across social media platforms at Students of SWS. Thank you again for joining us. We just can't wait to get started. Let's have a great virtual conference.